Today we'll be talking about why it's important to fill out an oil sample submission form properly. It may seem like tedious paperwork, but completing the form with the correct data inputs ensures that you will get the full value out of the analysis process. Every question on the form has a purpose and can have an impact on your results. So let's take a closer look at the ALS form. Note that the Polaris Labs form asks very similar questions, but it's typically completed online. We'll start with providing the work order number and the unit ID. The unit ID is important so that results can be tied back to a specific unit if there is an issue. The serial number, make, and model information provides the lab with important details. Sometimes different ranges of serial numbers may use different bearings or different bearing materials, which is important for the lab to know when they're interpreting results. The next section asks for information about the compartment type. This gives important information about where the fluid sample came from, since different compartments can yield different levels of fluid purity. Compartment ID, make and model, and serial number provide further detail for the lab. Now, putting in an accurate system capacity is vitally important. How many gallons, quarts, or liters does the unit hold? If you know the power rating, add that information here. Fuel type is key. Whether your fuel is diesel, biodiesel, gas, natural gas, each of these fuels can have different chemical additives, which can cross-contaminate fluid. Fluid manufacturer and name is critical. Even fluids which may seem similar to the naked eye can have radically different chemistry and different chemical properties. For example, here at Industrial Oils Unlimited, we make several different gear oils, each with unique properties to serve different applications. Just writing gear oil here doesn't really give the lab enough detail to compare a sample against a specific product standard. Viscosity grade is vitally important. For example, if the lab is expecting a fluid to test at a viscosity of 220 and the results come back lower or higher than that, it can be an indication that something has gone wrong. Next, the date of sample lets the lab know how fresh the sample is. Ideally, a sample would go to the lab within 24 hours of being drawn. On the next line, we are asked about makeup oil. If any makeup oil of any kind has been added, be sure to note that here. This can have an impact on how results are interpreted, particularly if we are trending analysis results over time, and makeup oil has been added at a certain point. For example, if we trend an analysis over time and suddenly see a major increase in the base number but have no indication of any makeup oil, we may worry about a larger issue. But if it's noted that a makeup oil was added, we can then rest assured knowing that the base number jump is not a cause for alarm, but just evidence of the additive. Unit of measure and unit age gives the lab an idea of reasonable expectations about leaks, contaminants, and other variables related to the unit's life cycle. Fluid age and filter age is helpful for the very same reason. And recent repairs is another indicator of why results may be unexpected. If the person completing a repair job topped the unit off with a different fluid, the lab results would then reflect that change. Finally, put any additional information or details at the bottom of the form. Completing this form fully not only ensures that the lab gets accurate data, but it also allows your organization to use this information to make the best possible decisions for greater reliability moving forward.